What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. In the last episode, well, we were side questing and collecting some Poe Souls. In this episode, well, we're pretty much going to be doing the exact same thing, except focusing more on collecting some Poe Souls, because there is a laundry list of Poe Souls that I would like to get, starting with this guy right here. Now, in the last episode, we actually did end off by coming here to Upper Zoras River during the daytime, but I figured it would be better if I just waited until nighttime to start recording. That way, you know, we could jump right into things and start getting some Poe Souls. So there we go, the very first one of this video. Now, like I said, guys, I've got a list of souls that I would love to get in this video. The only problem is, I'm not so sure if we're going to be able to get all of them, because nighttime really isn't that long, and this list is probably like 1 or 2 Poe Souls longer than it should be, but you know what? We're going to do our best. So, what do you say we start by going into Zoras Domain, because there's a couple of Poe Souls in here that we can collect. I don't believe there are any in like the throne room area, but I know there are some out here, starting with the one like kind of directly in front of us. It's up there where the chest that contained 10 rupees was back when we were dispelling the Twilight from this area. So, if we head up there now, well, guess what? There's a Poe just waiting for us, so come here, little buddy. That's totally not close enough, is it? Nope, no it is not. I knew that was going to happen. I thought that guy was a lot closer than he actually was, but there we go. Give me your soul, friend. Alright, sweet. Another one down and several more to go. Now, I believe there is still one more in this area. I think it's actually behind one of the waterfalls, so we kind of need to jump up just a little bit, but we should be able to get it rather easily. And then we'll probably just, like, teleport out of here, since I don't believe there's, like, any other Poe Souls in the surrounding areas, at least that are nearby, so we'll probably just have to warp to somewhere else. Anyways, let's jump up here, because yes, directly behind this like big waterfall is another Poe for us to collect. So come here, friend. Thank you very much, and give me your soul. Alright, sweet. Now that we got that, yeah, let's get out of here actually. Not really sure where I want to go right now, because there's several different areas. So first things first, why don't we head back to Kakariko Village, actually, because there's a couple of Poe Souls in that area that we can collect as well. There's like 3 or 4 different places that we can like pretty much teleport to right now and just collect Poe Souls, so whichever one you want to go to right now is really up to you, I guess. But you know what? For me, we're gonna head into the Kakariko Graveyard, because I believe there are 2 Poe Souls that we can collect in there, and then we'll double back into the village, because I believe there are like 2 in the actual village that we can collect as well. But first things first, yeah, right in the center of the graveyard, there's just a Poe chilling out. So give me your soul, friend. Alright, now that we got that though, the second Poe is a little bit trickier. What you want to do is actually head over to this grave near like this signpost and just push it forward. Then once you hear that laugh, yeah, the Poe has appeared and you can start to attack it. So there we go. Looks like we got ourselves another Poe Soul. Fantastic. Alright, now that we got that, let's head back into the village and pick up 2 more, but I think I'm actually going to have to transform back into a human real quick, so let me do that. Oh, and actually, never mind, we can't transform right here for whatever reason. I guess there's a risk of like someone seeing you, so I actually haven't really explained that. Yeah, you can't transform if like there are other NPCs nearby in case they see you, because it's kind of like a secret, I guess. So you gotta make sure you're like out of sight in order to transform. Although I'm not really sure who would have like saw us. I guess because like we were in vision of maybe one of the stores or one of the houses. You know, maybe that's why we couldn't transform. Doesn't really matter though. So now that we are human, let's actually go over to Barnes' bombs. We want to make sure we get up to the roof. We're not actually going to buy anything new. Like, Barnes does have the 3rd and final type of bomb, the bombling, but we already got those in the Lake Hylian Cavern, so there's really no point in buying them from Barnes right now anyway. Since we already have a couple, we don't really need any more. Anyways, let's just climb up here and exit out to the roof. Like, normally, if it was the daytime, you could have just, like, talked to the Goron and he would have thrown you up here. But since it's nighttime, I guess the Gorons have, like, gone back up to Death Mountain or whatever to go sleep or something. Doesn't really matter. Now that we're up here, though, if we head over to Barnes' storehouse, yeah, check it out. There is another Poe up here, so let's just grab ourselves yet another Poe Soul. Sweet, there we go. Now, there is one more soul that we can get in this area, but it's actually all the way up near that house that I believe Tala was or is standing on top of, you know, guarding over Kakariko Village. So, there he is. What do you say we just get ourselves one more Poe Soul? Come here, buddy. There we go. And give me your soul. Alright, thank you very much, friend. Now that we got that, we're pretty much done with all the souls in Kakariko Village, so let's just jump down. And now, well, we actually want to make our way up to Death Mountain. But first, hopefully I can transform into a human here. Sweet, I can. That's kind of weird that, like, I can transform here, but I couldn't transform back near the entrance to the graveyard. That's a little weird, but you know what? Doesn't really matter. Actually, now that I think about it, I probably didn't even need to transform because, yeah, I could have just used, like, Midna to jump up the side of the cliff. But whatever. Since I am a human, I can just use my claw shot to get up here nice and easy and save myself a little bit of a time because I do actually need to be human to sort of get to where the next Poe actually is. We're going to find it, like, halfway up the trail here. There's also something else along the way that we will collect. And there's the Poe Soul, by the way. Now, you're probably wondering, how the heck do you actually get up there? It's actually quite simple. What you want to do is come over here and talk to this Goron from the side because whichever, you know, direction you get on the back of a Goron, they're going to launch you from. So if we get on from this side, well, he is just going to launch us up the side of the mountain. And there you go. Yeah, it's actually pretty easy to get up here. Now that we are up here, let's quickly transform into a wolf. That way, we can grab ourselves this next Poe Soul. Come here, buddy. Get away from that ledge. Oh, okay. Thank goodness you grabbed that ledge. That was a very dangerous jump. Alright, you know what, dude? Just give me your soul, and I'm gonna get away from that ledge. Alright, so now that we got this, there is one more thing that we can collect. So, let's keep following this sort of, like, upwards trail because this will sort of, like, go along the entire Death Mountain trail. You'll just be on, like, a different section, but eventually, yeah, you'll sort of reach this weird little cave thing, and if you jump down and turn around, guess what? There is a chest, which, yeah, by the way, if you go to open up a chest, it'll automatically, like, transform you into a human sometimes, but inside is a piece of heart. So there we go. Now that we got that, though, we're pretty much done with everything in the Death Mountain Trail, so let's warp and get out of here. Actually, you know, let's go over to the Kakariko Gorge, I guess, because that's nearby, and there's a couple of Poes that we can collect in that area. I do eventually want to go back to Faron Woods, but, we'll probably save that for last, I guess. Alright, so here we are in Hyrule Field. Now, there's a couple of Poe Souls that we can get out here on the field, but first, remember that cave that we explored? Pretty much right after we got the bomb arrows, I believe. There was a Poe Soul all the way in the back, although at the time, we didn't really know that it was a Poe. I just sort of, like, pointed out the weird glowing lantern, and hang on, I actually need to transform into human real quick. I forgot these spider webs, do, like, sort of respawn, so that kinda stinks, but, whatever. Anyways, like I was saying, though, yeah, like, way back in sort of, like, the left side of the cave, there was, like, a floating lantern. At the time, we didn't know that it was a Poe, but obviously, now that we know better, let's head back there and, get ourselves another Poe Soul. Thankfully, when you're inside, like, a cave like this, I don't believe, the actual, like, time of the overworld progresses, so I think, like, we can stay in here as long as we want, and we don't need to worry about, like, the day or night cycle too much, which is actually pretty dang helpful. I'm still gonna try and get through here as quickly as I can, but at least, like, we don't have to worry about, it becoming daytime sooner, like, you know, the longer I spend actually in this cave. Anyways, let's actually transform into a wolf right now. Might as well, because the Poe is pretty much directly in front of us, and, wow, I actually didn't realize it was kind of, like, that dark in here, but, whatever. Give me your soul, friend. Thank you very much. Alright, now that we got that, let's pretty much just get out of this cave. You know what? I'm gonna stay in my wolf form just because, well, if I do, then I don't have to transform, you know, when I get out of here. Obviously, it's kind of dark and actually kind of hard to see, but I'm just gonna, like, solely look at my map to get out of here. Like, that's a good thing that you can do if you know the layout of a cave by just, like, exploring it beforehand. If you don't really know, like, where to go or how to get out, you could just sort of, like, look on your map and sort of, like, run to the walls until you get out. Like, obviously, it's not the most efficient method to get out of a cave, but hey, you know, it works, I guess. So there we go. We actually did make it back to the entrance. Very nice. Now, yeah, there's a Poe pretty much directly in front of me, right on that ledge. So let's just run up there real quick, and we'll be able to grab ourselves another Poe Soul. Come here, friend. I want your soul. I'm in need of it. Thank you very much, and give it to me. Alright, so there we go. And hey, that was actually our 20th Poe Soul. Very nice. So, technically, if we wanted to right now, we could go and see Giovanni, and I believe he would give us our first reward, which, if I remember correctly, is a wallet upgrade. Not entirely sure. I actually haven't gotten that far in my practice file yet, which should tell you how many Poe Souls that, you know, I plan on collecting before going back and visiting him. Or it tells you that I'm, like, really lazy and haven't really practiced that far ahead. You know, whichever one you want to believe is true. Anyways, though, there's actually another Poe Soul that we can collect back here in, like, the very first section of Hyrule Field. So, I believe it's sort of near this bridge, like, in the center. So, make your way to, like, where the water is on the map. And, yeah, here we go. There's a bridge. If we cross this, and there it is directly in front of us. Right near that ledge. I guess Poes like to hang out near ledges or something in Hyrule Field. Kind of weird, I guess. And ooh, holy crap, there are a ton of enemies near me. Get out of my way. Give me your soul. Ah, dang it, man. I was too slow. Alright, you know, you guys really just need to die so I can focus on, like, just killing this Poe. Oh, we actually got it. Alright, hang on. Where'd it go? There it is. Give me your soul, friend. Alright, fantastic. Another soul down. There's still one more that I actually want to get in, like, the Hyrule Field area. But it requires us to pretty much go, close to Lake Hylia, believe it or not. Like, this is going to be on the same path that we took Telma, Ilya, and the Zora boy back when we were going to Kakariko. Except this time, we're going to be traveling it in reverse. It's kind of cool, too, because, like, this is really the first time we've sort of seen, like, how big Hyrule Field really is, because we started all the way in the Kakariko Gorge area, traveled back to where we first went to Hyrule Field, and now we're sort of back where Lake Hylia is, and it's all like a giant, like, connected area, and there's no loading zones at all, which is really, really awesome, by the way. Anyways, let's transform back into a human real quick, because I believe if we get our bomb arrows out, there's actually a boulder that we can explode over here. Yep, there it is, and there should be one right over here. There we go. And yes, there are hookshot or clawshot targets behind them, rather, that we can use to sort of climb the side of this cliff. And yes, there is a Poe up here. Actually, let me get a little bit closer. There we go. That ought to do the trick. I swear, sometimes I just have, like, a really bad habit of misjudging. Yeah, see, again, like, I always misjudge how far the claw shot can actually be used. Anyways, let's quickly transform into a wolf before this freaking Poe attacks us. And let's attack him back that way. I can... Aw, dang it, man. Freaking wall got in my way. There we go. Give me your soul. Sweet. And another one bites the dust. Now, there's actually only one more soul that I want to get, believe it or not. But real quick, over here, you can actually dig down and find yourself a cavern. If you kill all the enemies in it, you'll actually get a chest to appear. And inside that chest is an orange rupee. Actually, speaking of which, there's a chest over here. I'm not really sure what this one actually contains. Oh, it's just a purple rupee. Nothing too fantastic. And oh, look at that. We're not even going to be able to keep it considering my wallet is full. Ooh, it's actually almost turning daytime, so real quick, let's warp out of here as fast as we can, and hopefully we can get the very last Poe. So, let's actually go to Southern Faron Woods, actually, because the Poe is actually in that, like, bog with all the purple mist, and I'm not sure that I can get it if I go from where the temple actually is. So I'll go here, and hopefully we can just make it there quick enough, because I'm not even sure if time actually does progress in this area. I think it does, and oh, please get away from that. I do not want to howl right now. Instead, I would just very much so like to run as fast as I possibly can. Actually, I can't really tell. I think time might have progressed just a little bit, but it shouldn't really matter because I'm pretty sure as soon as we enter this cave, it's going to stop the progression of time, because I don't think time progresses in this cave, nor does it progress, like, in the bog with all the purple smoke. So we actually should be fine, believe it or not, which is kind of amazing. Like, I'm really impressed with the fact that we managed to collect all of these Poes, assuming that the last one is still there. Like, it might have disappeared already, but I don't think it would have. So, let's just come over here, because we sort of need to, like, midna jump our way halfway through the bog to actually find this Poe, because it's in, like, the giant tree stump in the center. So, actually, only one more set of jumps, and then we will be right over there. So, hello, friend. I'm glad you're still here, but guess what? I am in need of your soul, so give it to me. And there we go. Fantastic. We somehow managed to actually get all the Poe Souls that I wanted to get. But, let's get out of here. You know what? Let's actually go back to, let's go back to Lake Hylia, actually, because there is something that we can do there as well. Like, I'm not really sure where I want to go right now, but Lake Hylia is actually a pretty good spot to go to, because there's something here that we can do to progress the story. But you know what? We're actually going to take care of that in the next episode, I think. So, that's going to do it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed this video, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But, once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.